Hello everybody, it is Danlags, and welcome back to episode number 112 of Constructing Los Dangeles. I don't know why I've been rolling the S's lately on that intro, but whatever. What's up guys, we're back for episode number 112, we're back in the city today. And today is kind of a special episode, kind of. It would have been a special episode if it was 2 days ago, but Mr. Dan didn't realize it right away. But today is technically, not officially, but technically the 1 year anniversary of Constructing Los Dangeles. That's right guys, the world is actually 100 years old, and when I say 100 years old I mean 1 year old, because I don't know why I said 100. So anyway guys, that's probably because we're on like episode 100 something, but anyway, like I said guys, the series is over a year old now. The first episode was put up on YouTube on September 14th 2013. Today's September 16th, 2014, so it's been 376 days since the first episode. On Sunday, which was the official 1 year, we didn't have an episode out. So today is the official celebratory episode, which we're not doing much to celebrate, but I just wanted to say it because it's a cool thing. It's kind of crazy how old the city is already. It doesn't seem like it's a year old. It seems like it's new, because a lot of the stuff that I built recently is really not that old. So some of the older stuff that's built on this map doesn't even exist anymore. So that's the one problem with this Let's Build. There's a lot of the stuff that I built on this world, for videos and stuff like that. Like, if you go back and look at all the CLD episodes, like, I would say probably over 20% of them are things that aren't even on the world anymore that I built. Like, I had a small park around here somewhere. I built, like, a KFC over here. All this stuff is gone. It's just, I've changed the world so much since I first started it, and, for the better, though. Like, it's crazy how much the world has changed and, where it is now. So, guys, today's episode, I'm not doing anything super special for today's video in terms of like celebrations or anything like that. I just want to continue working on some more townhouses here. So this is the last one that I have like plotted out, and I know you guys don't want to watch any more townhouses, but I got to get these last few done before I do anything else, because I just want to get them finished. I finished up like this one in between episodes. This one turned out pretty good. So we're trying to make one last townhouse that looks just as good as these two, and then I got to fix that one up. And then as far as this building here, I actually got rid of the little design I had above it. So that was another, like I said, another episode where we built something that I just didn't know is no longer here. I got rid of these as well, those little shops. So I just keep changing my mind, which is not a bad thing, but it does do a big damper to the productivity of the world. So anyway, let's go ahead and get building here. I just want to I'm doing something like this right here, but a little bit different to start at least, and then we'll go from there. So anyway guys, thanks everybody for tuning in to today's episode of CLD. We're just keep on building along here. We'll get to the question of the day in a few minutes, but I gotta say I'm still pretty distraught from that silly death that I had in my survival series yesterday. That was a little bit terrifying, because I gotta start all over in the world, and I'm not happy about that. So that was a little bit annoying when that happened, but I guess it provided for some little comedic value for you guys who watched it, because it was pretty much a fail of the century. So, let's see here. If this is gonna go, I'm sorry, I'm not good at looking at things and copying them. Okay, so that goes like that. Okay. Do I have this in my head? I think I do. So it goes like this, and then two things like that, and then we're gonna put a stair above it. And then we're gonna have two pillared quartz on the side, and then like that. I think that's right. Yep, that looks good. Awesome. Okay, and then above that, pillared quartz. If I can fly, my controller's a little bit broken. Still used to that Xbox One controller, which isn't broken. So when I come back on here, I'm like, I gotta realize I gotta press the buttons a lot harder on this controller, because they literally do not work. Like, I can't play GTA 5 with this controller because the D-pad isn't like sensitive enough for GTA 5. Like, it works for Minecraft, like barely, because you don't really need the D-pad in Minecraft. Like, it's really not necessary. Like, you really don't need it at all in Minecraft. So I can play with this controller on Minecraft. I'm talking about my modded controller. And if I play GTA, I cannot use this controller. I gotta use something else, because it literally does not work. I can't like open my D-pad or access like my bank or like call a car or anything like that. So it's a little bit of a pain in the butt, but we'll work through it. I gotta get, I'm not gonna ever buy a new modded controller for 360. It's just not worth buying. But for Xbox One, I'm definitely considering getting one, because it is a little bit annoying trying to build without it, because I'm so used to it. So yeah. Okay, so we're gonna take this across. I took the liberty to just already start building like the front porch thing, since we've done that before. So and I already put the garage and everything like that. Obviously, as you can tell, this is gonna be a brown theme for this one, and this one should be pretty cool when it's done. Hopefully, it'll turn out nice. So let's see if this is gonna be the floor. Let's take this out 3 on each side, and then we'll go from there. So I think on the first ever episode of CLD, I think I just kind of flew around the seed and kind of showed it off and explained what I was going to do for the series. It doesn't seem like that long ago. Well, it does, actually. I don't know. It does and it doesn't. Like, I remember it, remember recording it, but I don't remember, like, a lot of the episodes. Like, I remember some of the marquee episodes, but I don't remember. It seems like episode 50 was, like, yesterday. I swear, it really does. When we were building the Alpine Mansion, like, the first episode of the Alpine Mansion was 62 episodes ago, believe it or not. That's crazy. That is really crazy. All right. So let's see. Let's take this up. I'm gonna do a little bit of a different. I just want to make all of these designs just a little bit different, because I don't want them all to be exactly the same. That's just not the way I want it. So, let me see. Am I gonna put some? Yeah, I'll put the brown on this side since it's like it on this side. That's fine. Actually, I was thinking about swapping it, the bottom part with some cobble, just to add a little bit more of like a base to the building. So like, for example, like cobble would be here as well on the yellow one as well. So not on the front but on the sides, like over here, like this would all be cobble. That might be a good idea, actually. I'm not sure if I'll do it. I might cut the video and do it, but at least like, take it all the way down and have it cobblestone all the way around, just to add a little bit more. And I might even do it on that as well. Okay, so what now? Let's get out some. Let's see. Let's get out some anvils. Let's switch out for these tripwire hooks. Okay, and right here. Okay, so and then so then the wall of the building will actually start right here officially. I think. Yeah, we'll start right here officially. And then this is gonna go across like this. So it's it's gonna be like a double back balcony, side balcony, whatever you want to call it. Just the balconies. Actually, now think about it. What if I didn't add a balcony on this building? Like, just didn't add one. Like, what if I just had like a slanted roof, like starting right there? That's a tough one. I don't know. Let's in that idea, let's go ahead and work down here instead, because that'll give us a little bit of time to develop that idea. So this will go up right here, and this will go all the way up to, however far the building goes, which is like right there. And, we're gonna need another pillar right here just to kind of mark it off like that. Okay, and then how am I gonna do this? I guess I'll take this and break that, turn this into brown wool. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see if I decide to just get rid of this balcony and just add like a roof up here. It might not work for this building because it's a little bit of a weird shape, but for another one, absolutely might try it. Even for that one over on the other side that I might change still. So that's a plan. Okay, let's see. We got to connect the pillared quartz blocks just so it's easy to understand here. So they connect right there, and then we'll go take them up. I think you guys will know how to build a like a city-style Victorian townhouse once this episode's done. We've done like 4 episodes on it now, but it's something I like to build, so I enjoy sitting here building it. While we're doing this, we might as well get to the question of the day, since we're moving along pretty good here. So let's just go ahead and put these walls in, and then we'll sleep, and then I'll go check out the question of the day. We'll go see what it is. And also, guys, thank you very much for giving me questions of the day and stuff like that. A lot of you guys tweet them at me now, which is awesome. It takes less time for me to have to run through the comments and find a really good one. If someone tweets at me, I can just read it real quick and see it. So that's cool that some of you guys have been doing that. I appreciate that. Let's sleep real quick, and then we'll go ahead and answer the question of the day. Let me go ahead and wait for the sun to go down. All right, it should be good now. So, all right, let's see. So the question of the day is, let's see. At FPS Dan, what is your major in college, and do you still plan on gaming after you graduate and get a job? So this is a pretty good question. When I read this originally, I was like, how am I going to answer this? Because, it's kind of hard to answer, but let me go ahead and just start with the easy part. I'm majoring. My major is IT, which is like information technology. No, I'm not an architecture major like a lot of people say. That's not true. I'm an IT major, and you know, people think that IT majors are like people that fix computers, but it's not necessarily that. Like it's kind of like the major of the future, kind of like that kind of thing. You know, like you're like studying like careers that like, you know, required like new technologies and stuff like that. So that's my major. It's a pretty cool major. I like it. I've bounced around during my college career. I've had a couple of different majors, so the one I'm doing right now I really like, so I'll probably stick with that. And as far as after I graduate, let me go ahead and put in the I think I'm gonna keep the balcony on this building, but let me go ahead and just quickly put in this ceiling. Anyway, as far as you know, after I graduate, I don't know, like that's a tough call, because who knows if I'll still play games. You know, that's like, I don't know. I don't really like answering questions about the future that much, or like it's hard for me to answer those kind of questions because I just don't know what's going to happen. Like I don't know what I'll be doing like a couple years from now when I graduate. So, you know, I can't really answer that kind of question. You know, who knows? Like maybe I'll be in a situation where like I don't have time to play video games, but like I don't know, it's a tough call. I really don't know what the future holds for me. You know, I'm kind of like a one day at a time kind of person. You know, I got to be like that because I got a really busy schedule, so I take it one day at a time. Most of the time, you know, I don't really look too far ahead. I kind of live in the now kind of thing. I don't really look to the future. Like I have like a schedule for like when I make videos, but that's about as far into the future as I go. Yeah, I live in the now. I don't really worry about my future because I'm not worried about it. Like I'm not worried about, oh, am I not gonna be able to get a job when I graduate? Not worried about that. Not worried about it at all. You know, I just live in the now. So that's kind of like my answer to that. It's not a very good answer, but I just don't know if I'm going to still be playing games. I don't know if I'm going to be interested in it still. That's another big, you know, if, or if I'm, you know, if it's still going to, is Minecraft still going to be popular in 2 years from now when I graduate? You know, Microsoft just bought Minecraft. So who knows? Maybe Minecraft will start to go downhill because Microsoft will ruin it. But I mean, I don't think that's going to happen, but you know, that's the pessimistic point of view. You know, that's another thing that, you know, people have been tweeting at me saying I should talk about that, and there's really not much to talk about. Like, it's not that big of a deal, you know. Okay, you know, Minecraft is no longer being developed by Notch, who was like the original developer, but it's like it's not that big of a deal, like especially for Xbox people. You know, I was thinking about one thing. Well, first off, let me say that, you know, 4J Studios develops the Xbox version, so it's not like, you know, I mean, technically 4J Studios is a division of Mojang, but it's like they're not going to get affected that much by this acquisition. And, you know, the game is not going to change significantly. The only thing I could think of was that Microsoft would change the name of Minecraft Steve to Minecraft Bill, you know, just to stick it to Apple. But that was a funny tweet I read. But, yeah, I mean, there's not going to be that many changes, I don't think. The only thing I could actually see happening is, I was thinking about this the other day, like, Minecraft PS3, PS4, PS Vita edition. You know, those games are on Sony platforms, which is an arch rival of Microsoft, since, you know, Xbox and PS3 compete all the time, right? I was thinking that what happens if, you know, Sony decides that they don't want to be, you know, hold Minecraft anymore, because, you know, if you think about it, by Sony holding a game that's owned by Microsoft, you know, on their platform, that's technically just like feeding into you know, Microsoft's revenue. Like, Sony's basically like paying Microsoft, like, unofficially. So who knows if Sony will be will want to pull out of Minecraft Xbox or Minecraft PS3 and whatever, the PlayStation versions of Minecraft, just because they don't want to be like feeding towards Microsoft's revenue stream. So that was an interesting thought that I had. That's really the only thing I could think of. But I mean, it's not that big of a deal. People are freaking out about it on Twitter yesterday, and I'm just like reading it during class, and I'm just shaking my head. But no, it wasn't during class. It was in between classes. I'm a good boy. I pay attention during class. Okay, let's see. So this kind of like connects really close on this side, which I don't like. How can I solve that problem? Maybe I can't. Maybe I can't solve that problem, but that's okay. That's it's not the end of the world. All right. So thank you for the question of the day. Of course, you guys can tweet the questions of the day at me, at my Twitter, which is in the description. Or you can put them in the comments. It doesn't matter. Whatever is easier for you. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. I appreciate the questions of the day. You guys are asking pretty good questions, you know. There hasn't been any silly questions. There's been a lot of really good questions, so I appreciate that, guys. Okay, so this is looking kind of cool. The idea is that it's kind of curved a little bit more. I don't know if I love it yet, but it's definitely a decent idea. Let's see, let's open up some window spots in these areas here. So let's open these up, and then we'll kind of add the detail to the windows real quick. Okay, we're gonna get the front done, and then I might cut the video and you know, fill the rest in, because that's what I did kind of for the other one. Okay, so glass panes. Let's see, what do we do for this again? Okay, we go like that, and then we put flowers, and then we also have anvil bushes, sponsored by Dangeles Anvils. Okay, so we got that and that and that. Okay, that's fine for now. Then we got to put this in. I like the brown wool for this because it is a little bit more of a contrast from the white, unlike the yellow, which is, you know, one thing I didn't really like about the yellow wool, but that's okay. Alright, so as far as the Dangeles Anvil, where are we going to put that? I don't know if maybe we won't even put one. Who knows? Let's just fill in the glass first, though, before we do anything else. Maybe I'll just get rid of this window here and put it there. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know yet. I don't know. So guys, next episode, I'm going to try to get a lot of stuff done off camera. I have a lot of stuff like in process in the world that I don't really want to show right now. But I'm going to try to get some of that stuff done off camera in between the episodes. You know, whenever I go a few days without making a video, it's not because I'm, you know, don't want to make it. It's really because I'm trying to get stuff done off camera that's like significant, like stuff done. And sometimes it takes longer than other times. So it takes me a few days in between episodes. So please do not write on the comment section of other videos saying that you demand CLD or something like that. That just makes you look like a dumbass. Like, please don't do that. Like, that's annoying for me. That makes me not want to record it because, you know, I'm sitting there working my butt off trying to make other videos besides CLD. And when someone says something like, you know, don't upload this, only upload CLD, you know, that does not make me happy. So if you want to write that, that's fine. Or if you're thinking that, that's totally fine. You know, you can think whatever you want. But if you got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. And if you're not interested in any other series besides CLD, then just don't watch them. You know, you don't need to watch them. This is not like a paid subscription or anything. All this stuff is free. So there was my quick little rant. Just a 4% aggression rant right there, just real quick for you guys. I don't normally get that. I don't normally use the 4% aggressive, but occasionally, you know, you got to pull it out just to reprimand a couple of shenanigans. All right, what is that looking like? That looks pretty good. Okay, so let's do it over here as well. And for the most part, we got this front area pretty much squared away. The question is, do I like it or not? Yeah, I like it. I gotta add the windows over here. I forgot to do that. So I am getting a little bit run down on these. You know, I could just do one of these style of houses for like every color, but I don't know. There's certain colors that it really won't work with. I was thinking about doing bricks for this one actually, but I decided on brown wool instead. You know, the more color in the city, the merrier, to be honest. But yeah. Okay, let's see. So let's get this put in. Alright. Alright, yeah. The windows definitely add a lot to it. It was looking a little bit bland without the windows. That actually looks pretty good. I'm actually pretty happy with that, actually. So that's good. So we have that put in. And it's different from the other one, too, which is, you know, what I like. I don't want any of them to look exactly the same. So I want them all to have, like, subtle differences. Okay, so as far as the front here goes, let's see, how did I do it over here? I guess okay, so there's a block here and a block here, and then we take this up, and then right here as well. Just trying to get this looking good. Alright, so that goes there, and there, and there, and then one last thing, let's see, okay. Let's go and fill across. Whoops, that's not good. Okay. There we go. Ah, stop. Place the block right. And then we got 3 blocks of glass and then some upside down blocks. So right here are the upside down blocks. And then 3 blocks of glass. And there's kind of our start for the front of that. And then, you know, it'll kind of run across. Let's see, if in theory these would go right here. Whoops. Oh yeah, that's actually perfect. So it'll run like that. And then same thing over here. So right here and here and here and there. Doot, 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 doot. Wait, why does it look right there and wrong there? Oh, that's right, because it's one block extra. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. Yeah, and it actually would work on this one as well. So I gotta add these all the way around. But anyway, guys, that's where I'm gonna conclude today's video. I'm gonna finish. Obviously, I'll get this done, you know, off camera. Finish this building, you know, kind of fill in the structure of it. And I gotta get a couple other buildings done as well. But thank you guys for watching. Thanks for tuning in for CLD as always. Let's see. Let me make sure this is right before I close this out. I don't want to leave this on an awkward, non-symmetrical plane. I see how this is gonna work. Okay. So let's see. Let's go like this. Let's break all these blocks here. And let's kind of meet in the middle. It's not quite symmetrical, but that's fine. 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, oops, 3, 4. All right, there we go. That's perfect. Is that symmetrical in the middle? Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. All right, guys, that's where I'm going to conclude today's video. Thanks for watching the episode, guys. This is like the unofficial 1-year anniversary of the series, which is kind of surreal to even think about that, how this series has been going for 112 episodes over the course of like 365 days. So I've been doing an episode like 1 out of every 3 days, like, you know, kind of bad math-ish. 1 out of every 3 1/4 and 3 and change days I've been putting up a video for last year. So that's kind of crazy to think about that. Guys, thanks for watching. Give it a like if you did enjoy it, as always. Thanks for the support in the series. I appreciate it. And I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Peace out.